Yeah, just introducing this video, the time I slapped Discogs in the face all those years. Uh, yeah, these are great prices that I got on Discogs, but at the time, this is what these records were going for. And yeah, I just wanted to say, it's been a lot of fun. I found it fun anyway to look at history. And I did find out, I'm going to do the same exact thing for eBay. I did find out that there's a way to request your entire purchase history, your lifetime purchase history with eBay, going back to however long it's been for me, the late 90s. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that. But for now, this goes back to about 2012. The first purchases started about that I show in this are about 2014. Yeah, just a fun way to sort of look at where we've come with records in a few short years. And we talk about how in the 90s and early 2000s records were dirt cheap. Well, not that long ago, less than 10 years ago, records were way cheaper than they are now. So that's what this video is about. And it was cool to look back and see that I was actually spending, I guess, way less for inflation anyway, on records and getting great deals. And one little note, the prices I paid for these are not reflected, or certainly below lowest paid price on a lot of these items on Discogs. So I think maybe some of you know, I'm not sure, but Discogs changes the lowest price, the highest paid price. That information must time out or must not be completely accurate, because I know you can see that I paid less than what the lowest price is on a lot of these items. So that's interesting. So anyway, I'm just recording this now as I've recorded what you're about to see earlier. So a little more of an update, but here it is, my Discogs deep dive into historical pricing and records I bought over the last 10 plus years. Good afternoon, vinyl community. How's everybody today? My name is Dom. Seeking a Thread is the name of this channel, if you knew that. Hey, thanks everyone for always supporting and tuning in and buying records from me. And yeah, I do appreciate the exchange and the back and forth. Hope everyone's well in 2025. I have a rare moment to myself here on a Monday early evening while I've just been cooking as I wait for my dish to finish up in the oven. I figured I'd do this video, and this is one I've sort of been thinking about doing in some respect, but finally came up with the data. And this is a bit of a deep dive into Discogs and specifically, but mostly it's an examination of how records have just blown up in terms of the value. As you all know, I'm sure, Discogs, you can look back at all of your purchases. And my purchases go back to, I think it's 2012. You'll see as we do talk here, but you can see what you paid for things way back when. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to go through everything I bought, which I did. Quite something. I kind of only pinpointed certain things, but the idea was, let's go see what I paid for something in 2014, 15, whatever, and see what the value is now. This isn't a special thing. I'm sure all of you could do this and be blown away by what you paid and what it's worth now. But some of these are quite shocking, in terms of the value and the median value and what some of them sell for now. So I picked out about 14 records. There was about 30 in all I did pick, but I'm only featuring about 14 or so. And these are all the ones that I felt have increased the most. Threefold, fourfold in some cases. And I'm going to put in screenshots of what I paid for them and then screenshots of what they're going for now while I read to you what they are. Now, most of these are records that are not obscure necessarily. That would probably be the case too. And there were plenty of other records I could have picked that have also increased in value. These are just the ones that have increased the most. And I thought it'd be fun to do this just to show, not a surprise, as we all know, the way record values have just exploded. And the idea here will be like, okay, here's what I paid for this record. Most of these are in a VG plus condition, or at least, or close to it. So not like beat records, copies of records or anything. And then the price that it would be going for that I'm calling out, or similar to get in similar condition, VG plus at least. So I thought that'd be fun to do. Before we get into it, I'm going to talk about this record, a record I was talking about with Sean, Cole's Train. we were exchanging thoughts about this record, and he was saying how much he loved it, and I was sort of like, I need to listen to it. And I did, and I got some copies to sell the way I like to do those new release streams. We're going to do one, and hopefully by the time you see this, it'll be happening within a few days. But we're listening to this. This is brand new to me. Familiar with... Am I familiar with her? I don't know if I am. I'm familiar with the label, Holidays Records. I believe a label that Christoph Post, Never Modern, is a fan of, but Christopher Post. Nancy Munier. This is what we're listening to. I think it's only 500 copies of this, but it's Nozhet El Nufus. Just came out on Holidays, so we're listening to that. And you will have the opportunity to buy this record off me. As you see this, hopefully within a few days, the stream will be announced. But we're going to check that out as we go through. So I hope you like that. And let's start. So the first record, one of my earliest Discogs purchases, I ponied up. At this point, I wasn't buying many records from the UK, but Wire Chairs Missing. A nice copy, as you're seeing. I paid €20 for this with the inner sleeve and everything. This is an original. I believe this is the first pressing with the EMI on it. I believe it is. Anyway, when I looked up this exact pressing, this exact sales history, the median is €82, and you can actually get a copy of this for about €70 right now. So, pretty big value jump there. €20 for this in whatever the date is I paid for it, 2000. Well, you saw it. There you go. There's one. Two records related. One is her solo. One is her band. Lizzie Mercier Desclous. Press Color, her first album on the Zay label. I really fell in love with her. This one I paid $35 US. It was on the Zay label. And it is an American pressing, right? Yes, it is. Excellent post-punk, sort of no-wave, bit of post-disco. And this one, the median is now $53, and I think it's paid up as much as 60, no, more. I can't quite read it, but yeah. The other one from Lizzie Mercier Desclous featuring her is her band, recorded live in New York City, Rosa Yemen, the only record on that, also on Zay. This one I know the sleeve is not in nice shape, but the record is nice. This one I paid $22 for. The median is 46, is worth as much as, it's selling right now for 100. So good one there. I'll go through these relatively quick, and we'll talk a little bit about them. Here's one that's really blown up. This is Leslie Weiner, the model turned sort of chanteuse, going for a bit of a Pal Judy Nylon kind of feel here. There's an earlier pressing. I think it has like an art edition to this. That's worth a crap load. This is from 1993 on the Trans Global. There was like a Superior Viaduct issue of this. I think that's out of print. This one, I bought this original 93 pressing for $25 US. It's the median is 90, and there's none for sale right now. So that was a good deal. This has got an inner sleeve. It's a really cool record. I guess it's post-punk, but it's kind of an arty sort of dub. Arty dub, kind of like breathy, sort of dark sort of late night record. Really, Galaxy 500. These records are crazy now. I think I'm only showing 2 here. Did I pull all 3? No, I pulled out all 3. I don't have any of the singles, which I really would like to get. But the first album on the Aurora label, out of Massachusetts. This I paid $60 for, actually, but the median on this is 142, and I think it's selling for about 160 right now. Band, I obviously I love this band. I have the old CD box set. I've known about this band since I was a kid, or a teenager, basically. So, but I only got the records, within the last 10 years. On Fire, I paid $28 for this one, and this is a median of about 100 now. This is the US pressing on Rough Trade. final album. This one, I think I paid, I don't have the figures in front of me, but I'll put the screenshot in, I think something like $30 for this. This is also rough trade US, I believe. Yeah. So Galaxy 5, these records have really blown up in value. Spaceman 3, a nice copy of The Perfect Prescription. This is the the Genius pressing. This is still in the shrink. What did I pay for this? This one I paid a little more for, $50. I was like, damn, really spending on this one. It is Genius. This is the US pressing, I'm pretty sure. And this one, $105 is the median. $110 now it sells for. This is a lovely copy too. Fairfield Parlor. This album has been talked about somewhat recently. This is the original German Vertigo. This one I paid €60 for, and the median is 129, selling for 150 right now. It's the German Vertigo. This may be like a VG record though. It looks pretty nice. I know I've played this and it plays well, so. But still, €60 for that first German pressing. A nice price right there. Yeah, moving right along. I don't know. We're having fun. Chin Chin, Sound of the Westway. This is a band out of Switzerland, sort of following in the footsteps of Kleenex Lilliput, but a little more indie rock, sort of poppy, but post-punk, I suppose. This is the original on Farmer. Really great band. I bet Jonas knows this band in Sweden. What did I pay for this? This I must have gotten, yeah, €39. 76 is the median now. It's selling for 90. So that one's not a giant jump, but anyway. Obviously, jazz records, amongst anything, have blown up big time. One of the earlier Alice Coltrane records I got was Huntington Ashram Monastery, and I remember I bought a VG copy for $25, which was decent. I ended up flipping that later, but you'll see here, I paid $45 for this VG Plus copy. Original pressing. Median on this is $145 now. And $226 is what it's going for in this condition. And I mean, this is not even the sort of the most in-demand record, obviously. We all saw how these records used to be around $20, $30, $40, including, you know, the other Impulse records. El Daoud, Patad El Daoud, and what am I forgetting? I'm spacing on the titles. Journey in Sachidananda, you know. These have all jumped up mega, but this one, really happy to get this then. Now it'd be killing me. Here's one that sort of surprised me. A singer-songwriter, sort of a swampy country funk, but mostly known as a songwriter. His Bobby Charles album, believe his only actual album in his own name. This one I bought for $40. The median on this is now 94, and this one there's no copies for sale. This is on Bearsville, Todd Rundgren's Bearsville label. It does have the cut. Yeah, it's a good album. This is one I kind of want to revisit. I wonder if I should sell this. The last I checked, I was like, it was good, but maybe not amazing. But there's some great songs on this. I remember that much. I felt like maybe there was a spotty. I gotta check that one out. So you could see that was quite the fit. This one surprised me when I saw what the condition of this was. This is Thin Lizzy, Vagabonds of the Western World. I actually bought this sealed. You can see it right here. $35 I paid for this, and the seller I bought it from, I won't say who it was. It was a very well-known record store in New York. I was really surprised I bought this sealed. It had a cut corner. I don't know, maybe they had warped copies of it. This one's not warped. This is the US. You can still see it had the sticker there. This is the US on London, yeah. But $35. It doesn't sell for a shitload. 56 median, 75 now, but it was sealed. I mean, that was a good deal. Okay, some indie. Modest Mouse. I love Modest Mouse going up to the moon and Antarctica. I don't know that they get much love in the VC, but I love them, especially the early records. And these two. This one I got first. Now, I've known about these records since the 90s, but I didn't buy the records until somewhat recently. This is the last great one, the Moon in Antarctica. I paid $24 for this. And I know the sleeve was graded VG, but it's like fine. This is from 2000. It's a little old. The inner sleeves it comes with are a little worn, but it's overall nice. $24 for this. It sells for 75 median, or it's selling for 90 in this condition. 75 is the median, but the next one is the bigger shocker. I still don't believe I got this deal on this. Their first album. This is A Long Drive with Nothing to Think About. I paid $45 for this. The median on this is $212, and it's in this condition. Copy right now would cost you $230. This is the original on Up Records. That's kind of amazing, and this has the inner sleeves and everything too. You know, standard wear. You know, so pretty nice copy. Not a perfect copy, but still. $45. The median is $212 right now. That's insane. Let's flip that record. All right, just a couple more. The Sparks records over the last less than 10 years have blown up, and none more than the first one. This is when they were called Half Nelson. So, you know, their first record, they were called Half Nelson, and they were on, I think they would continue on the Todd Rundgren Bearsville label. But this one I didn't buy in Discogs, but you can see on eBay, my screenshot, you can see they turned down a $20 price offer. This was a $29.99. I offered $20. I must have then countered with $25, and they accepted. But you can see that's what I got this for. And this is a white label promo, too. So, yeah, I think I paid $25 based on that screenshot. And the median is 110. 150 is what this copy, what will cost to get you a record of this condition now. So, yeah, the Sparks records have gone crazy. Even the ones that were like $10 to $15 are now double, if not triple. Probably double. They're pretty common. All right, another insert. I wanted to do this one. I forgot this one. I got this on eBay. I did find the record, the sales record. I paid $27 for this original pressing of Karen Dalton, In My Time. Now, it does have a top seam split, but $27. And it is a promo. Yes, they didn't do white labels on the Paramount Just Sunshine imprint, Michael Lang's imprint. This is a near mint copy, which is good, but that's the promo label for that. And this doesn't look original, but the seller reproduced. It's definitely not reproduced the press kit, which is cool. This is obviously they didn't have to do that press kit with press shots, so that's a reproduction, but still pretty cool. So the median on that is I think it's about 150. Well, you're seeing it now, and it goes for about that right now to get a decent copy. So $27.27 for Karen Dalton, In My Own Time. And Ween. Okay, Ween. I've never talked about Ween. I became a Ween, not a total fan, but interested and definitely a fan of a few records in 2019, quite late. And why did I become a fan? Well, I heard a song on WFMU in the mornings. I don't know if they're still doing it. Believe they are. They focus on one artist for the entire week, and they play a song. They talk about it, whatever. They do a little feature every week, a song from each, a song every day from that band for the week. They did Tall Dwarves. I remember hearing Tall Dwarves. But they did Ween. And I was like, all right. And they played this song, Pork Roll, Egg and Cheese. And for some reason, I got obsessed with this song, and it caused me to go down a wormhole with Ween. Now, I didn't get into everything, but I got the 3 records I really wanted the most. The Pod, Pure Guava, I have an original of that. That's over there, and the next one I'm going to show. But I got the original U.S. pressing of the Pod, which includes the what do you call it? The taco. What is it called? Where they go through the drive-through. Oh, pollo asada. Jose, come on, you love it. I know. Jose is. I know he's looking for a couple of Ween records, but this is the original on Shimmy Disc. So it cost me $88, and I think even then I was like, that's a good deal. Shimmy Disc, of course, Kramer's label. And the median now is 167. A copy of this sort will cost you 200. So, yeah, of course they're sending up Leonard Cohen there. So I really, for a little while there, I was listening to a ton of Ween. And the other one I got from Japan for 7,500 yen, which is $48 for chocolate. The last one I really wanted to get. And yeah, this is certainly an in-demand record. You know, this is on Grand Royal. It includes the original hype sticker on it. I paid. Yeah, I got to get better sleeves on this. Like I said, $48, which was, or 7,500 yen, which is equivalent to about $48, as you're seeing. And the median on this now is $176. And actually, you can get a copy for a little bit less than that right now. So. Yeah, the Ween records, they haven't really, they repressed them. Even the represses are shot up in value, although this one had like a box set edition. I didn't get that or anything. Here's the original, one of the original inner sleeves. Does it have both? I have to check this. It's got one inner sleeve. I think it only had one. And the other was a generic sleeve, but I'm not sure. Anyway. Yeah, that's it. I thought that'd be fun to do. You know, any of you out there could do it. If you've been buying records for at least 10 years, I'm sure you could all do this and be sort of revealing and fun. I love going back to see what I bought, records for. If I could go back to the early days of eBay, now that would be something. But anyway, I thought that'd be fun to show just hard evidence of how things have really blown up over basically since the pandemic, but and in the years prior. But yeah. I always like a little Discogs deep dive, so hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. I mean, there's not many records you could say that have blown up that much. I'm sure there's others that percentage increase is even better, which maybe I'm missing. Maybe I bought them elsewhere. I'm sure there's things I bought, at retail for $20 that's worth, $100 to $200, whatever it may be. But this is basically just what I can prove and show you with screenshots. So anyway, hope you dug that. Little Discogs deep dive. So I'll see you on the next one. More to come. Streaming very soon. Take care.